Yo, and we are live, baby. Today is August 2nd, second day into a new month. Thank God for that. We got another glorious day today. Let's go ahead and get into it, man. So, there's quite a few levels that I want to break down right now. Just looking at the higher time frames, I'll take you guys to maybe the 30 minute. That way, you guys can get a good visual of what it is I'm looking at. So, here on NASDAQ, we have this 1 hour demand zone. We have this 1 hour, this is actually supposed to be 1 hour demand as well. So we're currently in between a few areas of interest, right? This 2 hour demand zone. We bounced off of it, and in fact, it presented a good opportunity. It did present a good opportunity when we came into this level here. Another area right now of interest that we're seeing is this 1 hour demand, right? And I'm gonna get rid of this line here, just it's not really necessary. But we are seeing we have this imbalance here, this 1 hour demand zone. Same thing here on ES. We have I believe we have a demand zone as well. Yep, we do. We have a demand zone here, and we're seeing a lot of volume come in as we hit these zones, right? So that just confirms. That's what people talk about, or what people refer to when they're talking about price action, right? It's noticing how the candles form, the volume that's coming in. So we're seeing a lot of volume come in as we hit these areas of interest. Same thing here with this 2 hour demand zone. And once again, this offered a really nice opportunity. And right now, I'm looking if we can potentially bounce up and test this area again. But I think I'm gonna have to sit out on this particular opportunity, just because I don't see a high quality setup. But other than that, I think if we can fill this imbalance, we still have quite a few levels of interest down here. If we can maybe get above, this level, this rejection here, I think we could potentially go long. But as of right now, we're just kind of gonna let the market develop, because there is quite a bit of, like I said, a lot of levels of interest here. This right here, in fact, this was the area that I was looking at to get in as we approached that 30 minute supply zone. Right at this candle at 5:30, we saw a rejection, and then we flushed down, and now we're bouncing off of this 1 hour supply. And then if we take a look at ES, somewhat of a similar story here. Somewhat of a similar story. Let me just mark this level down here. So same thing here. We're rejecting off of this level, and I'm actually curious to see if we had a 1 hour demand. Not really as clear as I'd like it, right? This is the 1 hour time frame here. It's not really as clear, but we do have that. Um, we do have. I'm actually gonna get rid of this as well. Right, so we do have this 1 minute supply zone, which again is an imbalance price. What ultimately price wants to do is break past this, fill the imbalance here. But a lot of the times, since we have a lot of unfilled orders here, a lot of unfilled sell orders, when price does test that zone, a lot of the times it just rejects, like we saw here, right? So that's why these levels are so key. Here, if I go to the 5 minute, you can tell that we have this little, what I like to call a transition to control zone, where sellers came in and then buyers then took over, right? So we're bouncing off of this shaded area here because buyers did take over. So we're seeing a strong rejection there as well. It's hard for me to really go long here just because we have this supply zone, but below this we could potentially make lower lows here. I think we would just have to maybe collect some more sellers up here, and then if we can find ourselves a lower low, that'd be nice. So that's not, I mean, as far as the plan goes, I don't really have one. Like, I'm just gonna, I'm one of those traders that likes to look at price action and volume to come up with a plan. As of right now, I'm just waiting for one of my levels to hit, see how price reacts, see if I can see a conjunction both on ES and NASDAQ. And if I have all my confluences, then I'll look to get in, right? But as you can tell, we have a lot of zones here, a lot of levels of interest, and that's just kind of what I'm looking at. So we're looking for a key level both on ES and NASDAQ, right? Because they tend to work together. They tend to move very similarly. And then I'm looking for a high volume rejection, a trend line break, a transition to control, which I just broke down right now, and then a high time frame candle range plus the color, right? So that just means I'm looking at the 10-minute and the 5-minute, and I'm looking for color, right? If I'm gonna go long, I'm looking for green candles to form. I'm looking for rejections. I'm looking for breaks of prior candle ranges, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. That's where my head's at. We are downtrending. We've been downtrending, since yesterday, really, making lower lows after hitting this level of resistance up here. We have just been downtrending. So now we're seeing, I'm going to take you guys back to this 2-minute time frame. Now we're seeing some sellers stepping back in again. Pretty aggressive in my opinion. But we are going to be met with this 1-hour demand. Once again, I'm not sure if it's going to hold, because essentially what the market wants to do is fill these imbalances. But if we can hold and see some buyers stepping in aggressively, I'd be interested in looking to go long. And if we do bounce off of this, I'd be targeting first this 15-minute supply, and if we fill this imbalance here, I'd then be targeting this 2-hour demand zone. But it all comes down to the aggression that we'd see, right? If we see a lot of aggression from buyers after hitting, a demand zone, may be a good idea to go long. If you see a lot of aggression coming in as we hit a supply zone, a lot of aggressive selling coming in, then it may be wise to get in for shorts, right? So it's just one of those things. So right now I'm thinking we could potentially bounce off of this level here. Again, this is a key level both on ES and NASDAQ. Ooh, that kind of startled me a little bit. Just what I needed. We're coming into that 1 hour demand zone. And I'm actually ready to go long here. If price can turn around and break past I need to see ES hit this double bottom, form this double bottom here. Again, we're going into that, we're coming into that 1 hour that 1 hour demand zone here. So I wouldn't want to go short, but if we can turn around and then get above 1569, I'd be willing to go long. Okay, we're making lower lows here. We're not really turning around. Okay, well, this could potentially just, once again, price wants to fill these imbalances, right? That's what I'm talking about. Price wants to fill these imbalances here. So now we're just gonna see price just fill this imbalance here, and then it seems like ES is also making lower lows, so I don't think we'll see that. We're not gonna really see that the price turn around, in my opinion. Man, if we break above 15,669, I'd be willing to go long. If price wants to do that for us, I'd be willing to go long. Again, we're still in that 1 hour demand zone. The only issue here that I have is we're not really seeing ES cooperating here, right? So I don't think we're gonna get that long position. Yeah, we just collected some more. Okay, I actually missed that there. That could have been a nice entry to go short. And once again, this is why I like looking at both at NASDAQ and ES, because ES wasn't really retracing as much as NASDAQ. NASDAQ just offered a nice opportunity to go short though. Completely missed it. Damn. Damn. This thing's just gonna go down, isn't it? Yep. All the way down. We're approaching this 15-minute demand. Once again, a lot of unfilled orders, but I mean, the way price is looking right now, I'm not even interested in going long. There's a lot of aggression, a lot of selling coming in. We just missed our opportunity right here at this retracement here. This was our little opposing zone here where we could have gone in. So that was, yeah. But we did hit that 15-minute demand zone. Look how we're rejecting it. Here on ES though, I don't really see much. Fuck, man. One of the reasons I know this was a good, well, I didn't realize it. I didn't realize it then, but one of the reasons I realized that this was a good opportunity after we saw that rejection was because I noticed, I looked over to my right side, I noticed ES wasn't retracing. It stayed stationary. It stayed in the same position. So knowing that NASDAQ has a little less liquidity, it moves a little more, right? That just gave me wow. Ah, man, I missed that opportunity. I totally missed it. So while NASDAQ was doing this, ES just stayed stationary. It didn't retrace with NASDAQ. I was looking to go long, but ES stayed the same. So it's just breaking past all these levels here. Wow, fucking A, dude. I totally missed that. Totally fucking missed that. Look at me, I'm already biting my nails right now. No, I mean, we just completely missed that play, so it is a little unfortunate. And in fact, my entry, this was the entry I was looking at after I was doing my pre-market analysis, but after this happened here, I wanted price to retrace into this level, just because I had missed this one, just because I was doing my pre-market analysis. I wasn't really paying attention to the smaller time frames, but this would have been a phenomenal entry. We hit this 15-30 minute supply zone, and then we broke past this high volume candle. You can say we broke structure in a sense. We broke past that, and that would have been a phenomenal entry. Like, had I gone in here at 15,680, now look at where we're at. That's close to 400 ticks right there, close to 100 handles. That's would have been a hell of a play. After hitting this 30-minute / 15-minute supply zone, but I didn't notice it until, I got down to the smaller time frames. We were already down here, so it is what it is. But I just want to mention those plays here. So that was one there. I know some of you may be thinking like, oh, well, it's hindsight, but like, these are some of the plays that I'm looking for, right? These are some of the plays that I'm looking for right here. So I just want to bring them up for that sake. Okay, so we're seeing this this level hold here. I don't like ES. ES isn't really. There's no reason for ES to be bouncing here though. So that again, that's kind of what I'm thinking when I'm looking both at Nasdaq and ES. I'm looking, okay, is there a key level here on ES? And in my opinion, there isn't. There isn't a key level here. Although we are rejecting, I don't see the key level here. So and notice, well, this is what I was talking about, right? This was the strong push to the downside. This is ES, right? So this is that strong push similar to Nasdaq, right? But then on the second candle, as Nasdaq was pulling back into this area here, right about that area, ES just stayed here. ES didn't go anywhere. ES just stayed here, right? So that told me, okay, we're not going up, because if we were going up, we would have also seen ES going up as well. So I didn't notice that until it was a little too after I saw that rejection. I looked over to ES and I was like, fuck, this would have been a good entry to go short. So just want to point that out so that you guys can add that to your playbook. Like, look at ES, look at Nasdaq, and yeah, I think once again I've said this before, I've said this many times before. The best plays come when both Nasdaq and ES are behaving the same, right? But we're bouncing here off the lower day on Nasdaq, so I'm gonna take you guys back to Nasdaq. Okay, so now we are seeing ES. We are seeing ES retrace. It's moving back into that area. We're seeing some nice volume coming in after seeing the low a day here. Low a day here. I'm gonna enter short here if we can break below that little box I just drew. This 15602. I'm going to speculate a break past this low a day here. It's 15,602 here. No, we're bouncing. Yep, we're bouncing here. ES can break below this 45.63 and then simultaneously this can break below 15,602, I'd be willing to go short because we're seeing a pretty strong rejection here on ES. If we see low volume here die out, or if we see volume die out here from buyers and they can't pick this up, I'm waiting. Nope. Didn't think so. How you doing, young lady? I'm going short.
Order filled.
Alright, let's see if we can break the low day here. Whew, I was about to get stopped out. Stop loss is at 15,611. Come on, where my sellers at? Where my sellers at? I'm speculating a break of this low here. We know sellers are strong. I just need to see ES making some lower lows here, but it's having a hard time if I'm being honest.
Stop fill.
Come on, man. Come on. So that one didn't work out. Okay. On to the next one. Fucking A, bro. I mean, I am going against my key level here, right? I was speculating a break of that, but clearly it's a very strong level. This lower day reaction, this lower day plus the rejection here. If you guys just look at it, once again, lower day, a lot of volume, right? I just don't like that. Here on ES, we approach this level, but it's not really a level I'm really concerned about. All right, come on. Let's take a look at ES here real quick. See if I'm missing anything. We're coming into that level once again. Yeah. I guess no trade for me right now. This could potentially, okay, so I'm looking at ES, right, and it's just kind of not cooperating, right? It's not really doing the same thing as NASDAQ. So I'm thinking, I don't know if this can be a retracement. Well, you see NASDAQ just made lower lows here, so kind of getting mixed signals. And that's when it's probably better not to trade when you're getting mixed signals like that. Let's look at the other levels that I ought to be paying attention to. I mean, we haven't broken past it, but Seems like we probably will. So we made a lower low, but price, as you can tell, is definitely having a hard time here. We're gonna have to go back up and fill the imbalance up here, right? This 15-minute supply. So if we can bounce off of this, I do expect price to gravitate towards this 15-minute demand that you see up here. I'm actually gonna get rid of some of these. Kind of like this going long here. Screw it.
Order filled.
We're going long here. Come on now. I think we got it. This may be it right here. Don't go any lower.
Stop filled.
Ah! So, my thesis behind that one. So my thesis behind that one, we had this low day rejection here, right? We came a little lower. We saw a lot of volume come in, and I like the volume as we broke past this candle here, so I chose to get in. But I did get stopped out. I feel pretty good about this one though. So I'm just using key levels for the person asking what strategy do I use. I'm just looking for key levels, and then I'm looking for a break of structure. So down here, we all know this is a low day. plus a pretty strong rejection that we saw happen overnight. Sellers are having a hard time bringing price down, and I'm looking for this bounce here. I just want to keep my risk as small as I can, so I try to get in once we break structure here, but we didn't necessarily get that here. I was just kind of speculating a break.
Order submitted.
Price is clearly having a hard time here. All right. Let's remain patient here. I think that last trade I just rushed into it. Let's just remain patient until we see something that's clear. Like, that's a nice setup, clear setup. All right. This is clearly a tough level, right? As much as sellers want to bring price down, buyers are not allowing it. That's why I really want to see really want to see like a nice opposing zone here. If you're familiar with supply and demand zones, I'm looking for an opposing zone here which we can break, letting us know like, hey, buyers have taken control, right? But and that's what I thought this was here. Looking at the 1 minute, you get a little more detailed, but yeah, we just can't seem to break this. And I do want confirmation. I don't want to just hop in at the lows. I want confirmation here. But there isn't much. If I look at the higher time frames here, there isn't much. There isn't any key levels. Excuse me, there aren't any key levels. Not until 15,546. Like to the downside, it does have some more room to go down. The only thing is it's just struggling right now because we have this low day, but it does have more room to the downside. And not until we're met with 15,446, like I said. Yeah, is that right? Oh no, 15,546. 15,546. So once we're met with 15,546, we could expect maybe a rejection. I just know it's a key level there. But we keep making lower lows here. Like this isn't really a good sign. Although ES hasn't been able to make any lower lows. If we look over at ES, what's ES doing, right? ES just hit that little zone there. ES, however, there are a few key levels down here, so we'll see how ES reacts once it hits 45.56. Although Nasdaq is making lower lows now. Promiscuous girl. Alright, so we're approaching that 15-minute demand here on ES. Nasdaq making lower lows. So the only way this works is if we wait for price to bounce, reject off of key levels. So we're coming into that. We're coming into that 15-minute demand plus that 4-hour demand, which has been pretty resilient. And then at the same time, we're coming into that rejection that I told you guys on Nasdaq. So watch this, right? They're gonna hit. ES already hit, but ES is gonna hit. Nasdaq's gonna hit simultaneously here. 15,546. We got a very strong rejection there. Definitely worth considering. Look at the volume that's coming through right now. We're definitely approaching something of interest here. I'm upset. 50,000 on my head is disrespect. Hey. This is real life. Niggas thinks we playing chess. Man, not even with the fresh cut. I thought maybe this cut right here would help me become a better trader, but we've taken 2 L's so far. We've missed one really solid opportunity, so not a bright start if I'm being honest. You know, I have to call myself out. But what can I say? It's part of the process here. I'm gonna just remain patient until once again we bounce out off of one of these key levels. We can see a break of structure, but it makes it tough when price just keeps kind of consolidating slash, well, this right here is a base, right, on the higher time frames. If we look at, yeah, this right here is a base. That's a 15-minute demand zone right there, supply zone I should say. So maybe I should write that down. "15-minute supply." Okay. I have to admit, there's been some clean setups. It's just they literally slipped from my hands, man. They slipped through my hands. Those nice setups here. So if I were to draw a trend line here, boom. Yeah, this is gonna be rough, man. You hate to see this. You just hate to see this. So I think we could potentially, come back into this area here. Potentially, I might come back into this area, maybe bounce, reject it, and then make some lower lows, because right now we're just breaking past these zones here like they don't mean nothing, making me look bad and shit. Again, these zones are meant to be broken, right? Zones are meant to be broken. Price wants to fill the imbalances. All these zones are just supply and demand zones, and the reason they're qualified supply and demand zones is because there's an imbalance in supply and demand. So when it's a supply zone, we have more sellers. When it's a demand zone, we have more buyers. That's the essence, right? But right now, we're just breaking past these. We're just breaking past these freaking zones here. Ooh, wow. I guess I gotta get rid of that, and then if I go to ES, I want to show you once again some of the levels that I have marked down here. We have this 4-hour demand / 2-hour demand, and then support at 45.40, 45.45, right? Okay, so we're seeing a little rejection here. We're at the lower part of this range. So the only thing that makes sense is if you guys look at the overall, the grand picture, the big picture, we are at the lower part of a range, right? So theoretically, you would want to buy the lows and sell the highs. But since we do have this 15-minute supply zone, I'm curious to see like what exactly is going to happen here. Or we have support on Nasdaq, and then we have this 2-hour demand, right? And above that we have that 15-minute supply. So I think we could potentially see a little bounce here, and then hit that 15-minute supply, and then continue to go down, because the downtrend is strong, right? And just as the saying goes, trend is your friend till the bend at the end. So Just patiently waiting here. Uh, for me, this I don't see any opportunity anytime soon. So I'm just literally sitting on my hands until maybe we can get up to this 15-minute supply and see how that reacts. And I am referring to NASDAQ. We are pretty overextended, I will say that. Go Gemini, it's your birthday. Come on now. This is like a little boring right now, to be honest. Time for a little stretch, because, or what I like to call a little movement snack. Movement snack. Oh. Wow. The day has just begun, you guys. One hour into the market open, and yeah, we had a fucking phenomenal move. Not much more to say about that, but I'm gonna fucking get a win today. So if there's anyone watching, stay tuned. I'm gonna fucking get a win. there's pretty low volume as we make higher highs here, or not higher highs, but as we pull back, we're seeing a little bit of volume, decreasing volume, which isn't a good sign for buyers. That's what's called an anomaly, a volume difference. Right, we're seeing this little pullback here, but there's not a lot of buyers backing this move up, so we could potentially just get into this key level here and then just break down. And look how we rejected that trend line there. So that's just proof that these trend lines do, they are useful. I wouldn't just trade based off of trend lines, but it's just a really good way to gauge structure, right? In my opinion, I think we ought to be using these trend lines. Sell gold, TP920. Better listen to him. You better listen to him. Sell gold. Once again, this is not financial advice. Nothing that I say, nothing that any of the viewers in here say is financial advice. So be accountable for your own financial decisions. I am only here to trade myself and then record it, right? That's all I'm here to do. That's all I'm here to do. I am just here to record my trades and give you guys the opportunity to see how I trade. That's about it, right? Not saying you should trade with me, not saying you should trade like me, right? I got nothing to sell. It's just me trading on YouTube. But who knows? Maybe down the line I will have some kind of community, some kind of resources. Who knows? Maybe I've been working on them. Maybe this is just the beginning. Maybe he's telling the truth. Maybe. Ooh. So here's my number. Let's take a look at what Apple and Microsoft are doing. Let's see. Apple making lower lows. Very nice. Microsoft once again making lower lows. Cool. We're reaching. Ooh, there was a lot of volume. Oh wow, there's a lot of volume at 7:14 Western time. We approached some kind of level here, some kind of key level, because here on Microsoft and Apple at 7:14, there was so much volume, like just as much as the market open. In fact, more than the market. Wow, that's crazy. That's pretty crazy, honestly. There's a fuck ton of volume here, like way more than the market open. That's insane. So I would highly consider that, right? Which means we could potentially bounce off of this level. Potentially. Doesn't mean we will, but we could potentially bounce off of this level. Yeah, that's pretty wild. That's some wild stuff right there. me, baby. Well, let's see how this thing reacts. As of right now, no trades. As boring as that sounds, this is what I like to call the real life of a day trader. No other way to put it. You kind of just have to sit back, wait for an opportunity, and hope that you don't fucking miss this one or fuck it up. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. So we know. Excuse me, yikes. Okay, I'm up. Okay, so look. We know that we have approached a key level, right? We got this 2-hour demand. We saw a whole buttload of volume. Same thing with Apple and Microsoft, which is no coincidence, right? There's definitely a level of interest here. So what I'm looking for is a potential bounce off of this area. If we can bounce, see a lot of volume come in, bounce off of these levels, I'm going to be interested in looking at how this 15-minute supply zone reacts, right? So if we could bounce and we happen to get in, just because I do think price is going to gravitate. I do think price is going to at one point gravitate up until this 15-minute supply. I do think we will see price gravitate towards this supply. So what I picture is a bounce off of this support level, and then us get into this 15-minute supply, which would be a really good TP, first TP. And if we continue to go up, well, that's what we'll see then, right? But as of right now, that's kind of what I'm picturing. And if we just happen to have like a slow grind and we don't necessarily get up, or we don't get down to this level and we don't get in longs, I'm going to just wait. If it's just a slow grind to the top, I'm going to just wait until we get to this 15-minute supply and then come up with a plan then, right? But I do think we're in between, I know we're in between two key levels where we could see a potential bounce, whether it's to the upside or the downside. So we'll just have to wait and see here until that happens. Right now, we're just kind of stuck. Does anyone know if Ross sells ankle weights? Does Ross sell ankle weights? I'm curious to know. Just thought maybe I'd ask. Too many dunks in this shit. My head's still in the game, okay? But the game is not in my head. See what I did there? Lame. The fuck is this guy saying? Okay, so I just need to write a few things down on my handy dandy whiteboard over here. Okay, so I ain't going anywhere. I'm still here. No reason to feel lonely. Shit. Has anything happened yet? No. ATG. And when it comes to so just I've been thinking, okay, this is completely off topic, but I've been thinking about my workouts, right? As you can tell, I work out. See how big that thing is? Oh. So there we go.
What are you doing?
I'm trading.
Oh, they look like you're just.
I was maybe flexing. Maybe I was.
Oh. Did you get embarrassed?
No.
Or like,
Embarrassed of these?
are you live?
Yeah.
And you were flexing on what?
Yeah. But no one's watching, so doesn't matter. I just pretend like people are watching. Yeah. Huh? Pretty good.
How did it go today?
Huh? Good? Is normal? Why? How do you feel?
I feel good.
Yeah?
Yes. I just asked because yesterday.
Yeah. Whatever. I don't know what time I fell asleep, but it took me a while.
Yeah.
Which probably explains why I'm yawning a bit.
I made a mistake of sucking up all your energy though, because I was having trouble after that.
Oh, really?
It was like coming into
It was, yeah, you asked for it, baby girl.
I know.
And it kind of worked. Kind of didn't.
I was like falling asleep, and then I just felt like I was like you, like then I couldn't. I would hear you move or something, and then I'm like awake. And I'm like, ah.
She feels I'm trying to make it.
Yes. I'm not there. I'm not in front of the camera. Oh, I just like. I just need to cry.
Ooh. Ooh. Oh my goodness. Wow. You thinking about food?
I'm just thinking. Who's on somewhere? Oh, okay.
No. What'd you work out today?
Well,
Oh. Let me see.
my butt. That's what you want from me?
Looks nice.
I'm thinking if I don't start my period by the 5th, then should be concerned.
Hmm?
Hmm?
Makes you say that? Concerned about what? Exactly.
Because then I'm like, why is it taking so long?
You're gonna start.
Yeah, but I felt like all the symptoms before, and now it's like completely gone. Like I don't feel any cramps, my boobs don't hurt, like they're going back down. It's like
Shit, well, maybe God just gave you a break. Take this month off, bro.
Hopefully.
How nice would that be?
Mine used to be like that. I would get it every other month.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I would.
There it goes.
It's just that I remember when we went to Laughlin, I was like finishing it, and that was the 2nd and the 3rd.
Okay, well, it's been a month.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said if I don't start by the 5th, then should be.
You could be alright.
Yeah.
So we are coming into support, and again we are in this 2-hour demand, so just something worth considering here. Like, this is why it's hard for me to go short, you know, at these levels, just because I can see there's so many levels of resistance here. We've got supply, we've got support, or not supply, I'm sorry, demand. And that's my supply zone right there. It goes pretty deep down into 45, 44, so it's like a six point range here on ES. And then if we head over to NASDAQ, look at NASDAQ, right? NASDAQ is just crushing it, bro. It just had a major downtrend, but we are hitting that level of support there. But it seems like it's not really acting as hard support here, so We'll see what ends up panning out. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Man, I got nothing, bro. I got nothing.
I have a question.
Yes.
Would you rather spend $500
Okay.
and spend $500 and lose no time, or spend half of that money, 250, and lose 12 hours of your time?
What are you gonna do with your 12 hours?
You could work out, clean, something productive.
Something productive.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Well,
in your scenario, like, what would you do with 12 hours? I'm speaking for you, so no, just saying.
Well, 12 hours is like most of my fucking day, so that
It is. It's like half a day.
that means I probably wouldn't be able to trade, which I don't know. I mean, the reason I ask is if there's more value from what you end up doing after paying $500, then cool. But if maybe you don't want to pay that much, you want to pay half of it, half the amount, and do what exactly?
What do you mean?
What would you be doing?
No, you'd be doing the same thing.
Or what?
You're just losing 12 hours of your time.
What do you mean you're losing it to what though? Driving?
Yeah.
Oh hell no! I hate driving, especially long distance. You're gonna why?
I'm just thinking about how I spent 500 on this trip this weekend for not even a full 24 hours in Arizona. Or I could have spent half if I drove there, but it would have been 6 hours there and 6 hours back.
Yeah.
And I would have lost like my whole weekend.
It's Arizona. For what?
I'm leaving on Saturday.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
But I'm leaving at 1 p.m., so it's like I get there right when I'm able to check into my hotel, party, and come back early Sunday morning. So I still have all of Sunday to be here. And I still have half of Saturday to be here and do stuff.
Got you. So you're suggesting flying out there, right? Is that what you're?
No, I'm already going to fly out there.
Okay.
I spent $500.
You spent 500 because you're gonna fly out there. You're gonna stay at a hotel. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the 250 is the airplane ticket, right? The round trip.
Pretty much. It was that or.
Because you're already spending 250 regardless.
Regardless.
So that doesn't matter.
That's
So
my stay and that's my gas.
So it's okay. Well then, yeah. I mean, I would pay 250. Fuck that. 6 hours though. You're on the road for 4.
No, this is Surprise, Arizona. We're going farther than Waddell.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I would fly there. I spent 500.
And on top of that, I had to rent the car because there's no way I could get from the airport 30 minutes away from the airport.
I mean, if you have it, there's no doubt in my mind, like, or there's no question really. It's just like spend the $500.
I was just thinking, goddamn, like, for not even 24 hours though.
I mean, it's not too bad, right? $500.
I guess if you're trying to make me feel better.
I don't know.
No, it's not too bad. It's just, you know. I mean, I didn't have to go.
Yeah, true.
So, I
Yeah.
decided to go. But, it is what it is. So,
Yeah, I'm going with the $500. That's my final answer right there.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's my answer. That's why I did it.
That's your choice. Yeah, that's you.
So, can you take me to the airport this weekend?
I got you.
Wait, are you gonna go to the trading thing on Saturday?
Yeah.
If you're gonna go, then I don't know if you could take me because you'll probably leave early.
We'll see. We'll see, Rubio. I haven't made any decisions.
Okay.
I haven't decided. So.
Well, hopefully you can pick me up before your game Sunday.
Hopefully.
I land at 9.
Okay. I don't know what time we play, but.
Most of your games are like 11 or 12, so I'm hoping that it's like at the same time.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, if not, you could just pick me up and we could go straight there.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, I land super early. Like, I gotta get there for 6:30 to drop off the rental car.
Yeah.
On top of that, the event ends like at 11 or midnight, and I'm gonna have like 4 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
Okay, Mama, thank you.
All right. So. We're obviously we're just breaking past all these zones, bro. We just keep breaking past these zones and don't really know what to do here, to be honest. We have this strong rejection here at 15,485. Let's see how that ends up playing out. Alright, so NQ support, okay. ES, what do we have here on ES? Okay, so we're approaching 4-hour demand. All right. Going back to NQ. Nope. Cool. 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 Nice.
I'm gonna post them.
Sell them?
Yeah.
Cool.
There's only 4. I'm gonna see if maybe they'll.
$20.
Yeah.
Okay.
40 maybe. 10 each.
All right. All right, so we're bouncing off of this support rejection right at 15,485. So I want to see what's happening here on ES, because ES is also seeing a little bit of a rejection here. That's not it. Nope, broke past that. What's the level here? The level is 45.39. Let's go to the 1 hour real quick and see what we are missing. I mean, we're really fucking overextended, right? We're really overextended here. We have made all the lows that you thought maybe we wouldn't see today, we've made them. I mean, the only key level we have here is this 15,485 level here on NASDAQ, but it's not really worth considering in my opinion, or it's important, but it's not really all that important. And the reason I say that is because here on ES we don't really have a key level. I wasn't able to spot one. Other than just a psychological level 4540, below that we do have a 4-hour demand, but you know how big a 4-hour demand is, like, so it's kind of tough for me. And it's really tough for me to trade this. Today is Wednesday. What's cracking on Wednesday? All right. What's crack-a-lacking? I don't know where price wants to go, man. I think we may see some kind of retracement here. But you know, these current circumstances, it makes it difficult for me to trade. Try to go long here. I think I'm better off waiting for a pullback and see if we can, you know, break any further into the further, you know. I'm gonna just call it. Appreciate you guys being on here. For the people that were on here, for the people that liked the video, thank you. And once again, we're live streaming every single morning. We're here. We'll be on here tomorrow. So I'll catch you guys then. Peace.